at the moment when I went to the doctor and they told me that if I don't get a triple bypass open heart surgery, that I would die. It all started out as dizziness, as chest pains, and as nausea. Later on, they told me that I was having a heart attack because of a clogged artery. These were the words of Keith Orns, a 45-year-old Las Vegas businessman, as he recited his story at the 2011 June Convention of the American Heart Association, accessed April 29, 2015. Keith Orns was suffering from atherosclerosis. Simply put, atherosclerosis, as defined by the New England Journal of Medicine, is a condition where arteries are blocked by plaque formation in the inner arterial walls. 17 million deaths per year worldwide, a number calculated by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as CDC, accessed April 29, 2015. At this number, atherosclerosis is one of the most major, deadliest form of cardiovascular dysfunction there is. And according to the American Heart Association, accessed April 29, atherosclerosis and its symptoms could sometimes go undetected, which makes this disease that much more deadly. In order to fully understand atherosclerosis as a whole, we need to understand its definition in both layman's term and in a medical term. Understand that there is a very distinct step-by-step pattern that atherosclerosis takes, and finally, know that there are very simple preventative measures that you and I can take today in order to prevent contracting atherosclerosis. Understanding both medical and layman's terms, the definition of atherosclerosis is of great importance in order to understand the disease as a whole. Atherosclerosis, as defined by the European Heart Journal, published by the Oxford University Press, accessed April 29, 2015, is a condition or a disease of the arteries of the efferent blood vessels characterized by the deposition of plaques made of low-density lipoprotein on the inner arterial wall. Now that definition, I do understand, is very handful, and understanding that medical jargon is quite difficult for us to understand. So we're going to define it in layman's terms. Simply put, atherosclerosis is the cause of heart attack, or sometimes stroke. Now that we understand the two basic medical definition and layman's definition of atherosclerosis, we must now understand how this disease progresses step by step. According to the Mayo Clinic, accessed April 29th, the exact origin of atherosclerosis is unknown. However, there are three very distinct ways that atherosclerosis is started. First is smoking. Second, high blood pressure. And finally, the worst of them all, cholesterol. High levels of cholesterol, bad cholesterol, also known as LDLs or low-density lipoproteins. Now that we understand that there are three basic agitators, we need to understand the anatomy of the cross-section of an artery. An artery is a vessel that carries blood away from the heart and towards the body that supplies our body of blood-rich oxygen. In the first layer of the artery, we have the tunica intima, also known as endothelial cells, which propels the blood forward. The second layer is the tunica media, which helps propel the blood from one place to another by contracting and relaxing. And finally, the last layer is the tunica externa, which provides comfort and also protection for the blood vessels. In atherosclerosis, the tunica intima, the very inside layer, gets damaged by irritants. And some of these irritants are high blood pressure and smoking. They cause micro tears in the tunica intima, which causes these low-density lipoproteins, the bad cholesterol that we ingest through greasy food like pizza or burger, and those LDL levels are able to seep in through the tunica media. And once they're there, they tend to stay there, and they set up camp. Our body tries to clean this up naturally by sending specialized cells called macrophage by the immune system in order to clean it up. How do they clean it up? They clean it up by eating those LDLs. And once they are consumed by LDLs, they die because they're super full of LDLs. Now, what is a plaque? A plaque is simply foam cells that are produced when dead macrophages clump together and commit cell suicide. Now, how does this produce atherosclerosis? As time goes on, the dead macrophages, also known as foam cells, create a blockage in your artery. And once it forms a complete blockage, you will have heart attack or sometimes stroke. Now that we understand the three basic definitions and steps in which atherosclerosis progresses, we need to understand that there are very, very easy ways that we can stop atherosclerosis and be proactive about preventing this disease. According to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, there are three very easy ways in which we can prevent atherosclerosis. First is exercise, second is diet, and finally, changing your lifestyle. In terms of exercise, exercise is good for us in ways that it lowers your high blood pressure. And also, exercise is just good overall in terms of reducing a lot of other variants that causes atherosclerosis. Second is eating healthy. If we continuously eat pizza and other greasy food, the levels of LDLs are continuously going to raise, which causes it to dive into the tunica media and causes the plaque formation. And finally, changing your lifestyle. Cigarette smoking is causing the irritants to damage the inner arterial walls, which causes the micro tears. If we stop smoking, we're also going to prevent atherosclerosis. Overall, today, Keith Arns, the Las Vegas businessman, has lost over 250 pounds and continues to be the champion of healthy lifestyle. He has written a book entitled Outrunning My Shadows, Surviving Open Heart Surgery and Battling Obesity. If Keith Arns, at 45 years of age, was able to battle this disease, we can too. And Keith Arns' story is a true testament that no matter how difficult life may get, we have the opportunity and the chance to overcome any obstacles that may face us. Whether it be open heart surgery or simply getting through your last speech in your speech class, with dedication and perseverance, anything is possible.